Hello and welcome to Business News Weekly with Business News Wales. I'm your host, Connor Simmons. On the show this week, we talk to Stewart Graves of Mainstay Marine Solutions about how the construction of new tidal power converters is energising business down in Pembrokeshire. A new startup space in Carmarthen is promising a bright future for its residents. I spoke to Angharad Harding of Business in Focus to tell us more. To help plug Brexit training gaps for the food and drink sector, we spoke to Sarah Lewis of Food Skills Cymru about a new programme they're running. And ITV's own Jonathan Hill will be telling us about ITV's plan for regional programming throughout Wales. All of that and more coming up. But first, renewable energy is the future. That much is certain. But what isn't certain is where that energy is coming from. Here in the UK, we aren't lucky enough to be able to rely on solar power, and even wind power can be unreliable. Many experts say that harvesting the energy of the tides is our future. One such firm, Bombora, have recently commissioned the construction of a new device which can produce renewable energy using only the pressure created by the tides. We spoke to Stewart Graves of Mainstay Marine Solutions, who will be building the device down in Pembrokeshire.
Mainstay Marine Solutions has won the contract for the fabrication and assembly of the main structure of the M-Wave prototype for Bombora. It generates 1.5 megawatts of electricity. It does this by harnessing the wave energy in the form of pressure on the seafloor. This will be our fifth sector fabrication contract, and we feel that this really confirms Mainstay as the go-to company for marine energy fabrication projects. It is a great endorsement of our marine engineering capabilities and of the quality and skills of our workforce. The future's looking very bright for this sector, and our reputation for quality and service is providing an equally exciting outlook for our traditional boat building side of our business.
Entrepreneurs in Carmarthen have a new state-of-the-art business incubation space at their disposal. We spoke to Angharad Harding, Hub Manager for Business in Focus, to find out more about the launch of this new creative and digital space that's set to bring new life to the business community in the town.
Focus Carmarthen Hub is a place where people can co-work together. We also provide business support to pre-business startups. So anybody that wish to start their business, we can give advice. We can also deliver some tailored workshops to assist in the pre-startup process. And we can also support post-start business that want to grow within their company. It's needed. There was a Welsh Government identified a gap. They wanted to use the model from the MIT in Boston in America to see if we could share that best practice in Wales. And they've identified a gap where people need to be sharing innovative ideas to raise the GDP for Wales. We're looking to achieve new startup businesses, businesses that can compete economically and make a difference in the local economy, but also for them to be sustainable, so make sure that they don't need grant funding to ensure the sustainability of the future.
With Brexit looming, the Welsh food and drink industry must ensure that it doesn't face a skills shortage when Britain eventually does leave the single market. We spoke to Sarah Lewis of Food Skills Cymru to find out more about the subsidised training courses that are looking to ensure Wales's continued success in this sector.
The food and drink industry and the whole supply chain is very important to the Welsh economy. Almost 20% of all employment in Wales lies within the food and drink sector skills. And it contributes approximately 6.9 billion of sales revenue. Now, when we did research back in 2015, we discovered that there was quite a lot of skills gaps and technical gaps within sort of food technology, food safety legislation, but also there's other training needs like leadership and management, waste awareness, sales and merchandising, and handling raw materials. And now we have got government backing to sort of reduce, I suppose, the skills gaps that those businesses may have and to strengthen the industry as a whole.
On April 1st, changes were made to pensions that will affect how much employees and employers contribute, as well as an increase in the national minimum wage. We spoke to Emily Meredith from Acorn Recruitment to tell us more.
From this April, we've seen a near 5% increase in the national minimum wage. So that takes the sort of over 25 rate up to 8.21 an hour. 7.70 for age 21 to 24, 6.15 for 18 to 20-year-olds. So it's something that all employers, really need to sort of be aware of and make sure they're implementing those changes in line with the legal requirements. At the same time, auto-enrolment pension contributions are also increasing, and that's also, with effect from the 1st of April. And that goes up to 3% employer and 5% employee contribution. So it has implications for both employer and employee. Tax codes in April always change as well, so there's even more for employees to have a look at with their pay slips and make sure they understand exactly what's going on and how much they are going to be paid.
A 3-storey complex equipped with the latest digital technology, a 200-seat conference hall and a revolutionary sports space is set to be built as part of a £20 million redevelopment of Coleg Cambria, Yale. We spoke to David Jones, Chief Executive, who explains why the development is an exciting time for Wrexham.
Coleg Cambria is one of the biggest colleges in the UK and probably the best. This current development, which started in January, sees a £20.6 million investment right into the heart of Wrexham in developing a great new space that's going to open in September 2020 and provide really outstanding facilities for a range of students in the areas of coding and software, but also more broadly into sports facilities and also restaurants and the catering services. It's a really important development that is responding to real areas of skills shortages in the economy of North Wales and across into the border into England.
Financial education is becoming an increasingly important part of the school curriculum. In light of this, Principality Building Society have invested £60,000 to help provide Cardiff secondary school children with financial education. We spoke to James Harper of Principality for more on this initiative.
Supporting local communities and charities are very important to a business like the Principality. We're a very Welsh business, we're very proud to be Welsh. And as a mutual, we take great pride in helping communities and trying to make Wales a better place. Our investment into financial education is significant, but it's also part of a long-term commitment to support young people across Wales. We've made the investment of £60,000 to help schools in Cardiff, and this follows a £50,000 investment into West Wales as well. For young people in Wales, it's about giving them the skills to understand money, to help them plan for their futures, to help them when they get their first jobs, to help them manage pocket money, all sorts of different things. We do a lot of research and we work with a lot of partners. So we've worked with the Money Advice Service, we work with the London Institute of Banking and Finance, and we work with a charity called Young Money. And lots of their research showed that 83% of young people want to learn more about money in school. So I think for us, the demand is very clear. We work with a number of schools as part of business class across Wales, and the feedback we get from pupils and teachers is that money skills is something that's vital to future prosperity.
ITV have recently announced a new series that will star the Italiante village of Portmeirion. Focusing on the men and women who help run one of Wales's premier visitor attractions, the show is a perfect example of an increased focus on regional programming. We spoke to Jonathan Hill from ITV to tell us more about ITV's plans.
My name's Jonathan Hill. As well as presenting the news for ITV Cymru Wales, I also have another hat, so I'm the editor of network programmes. So I'm trying to get the very best Welsh content onto the ITV network. ITV Wales is the most watched channel in peak in Wales, and in that schedule we try and showcase the very best Welsh content. Shows like The Village, which is a sort of year in the life at Portmeirion. So those kind of series absolutely showcase the Welsh landscape. We meet fascinating people who live in these wonderful places, and those kind of series are very, very popular. We found that with when we did the Tenby show. Actually, you can imagine showcasing Tenby, one of the most beautiful holiday destinations in the UK probably. They noticed a big sort of spike in people wanting to go there, and that was just from the local series playing in Wales. So when it was scaled up and played on the network, this was watched by more than 3 million people. they definitely noticed a surge in people wanting to come to Tenby and find out more about Tenby. And equally, I think people want shows that celebrates the places where they live, but also places that they might want to visit, like Tenby, like Portmeirion, like Snowdon. It's an amazing place Wales is to live, and I think it's about making the most of that landscape.
So what might some of the benefits to Portmeirion be?
Well, Portmeirion's been there a very long time, and it's been doing wonderful things over many years. But exposure like this, I think we filmed last summer, which of course was a wonderful, wonderful summer, and I think we captured Portmeirion at its absolute very best. I mean, it looks like the Italian Riviera, and yet it's North Wales, and it's also quite a remote part of North Wales. And some people, might have heard of Portmeirion. They might have seen The Prisoner, of course, the 60s cult series that was filmed there, but they might never have actually gone there themselves. So a series like this, 6 weeks, which shows Portmeirion off at its very best, I think will probably encourage some people to go and visit for the day or go and stay there. So I think it'll spark people's enthusiasm to perhaps discover this amazing, amazing place.
And can we expect to see more regional programming like this from ITV Wales in the future?
Well, ITV, Wales is committed to producing an hour and a half of programming on top of the news every week, and that's programming about Wales, made in Wales, made by Welsh people, showcasing the very best of Wales, telling the stories, whether it be in current affairs, whether it's being in countryside programs, whether it be in feature programs. So ITV has a licensed commitment to do that, and we will be doing that as long as we can. So as far as I'm concerned, we've got Portmeirion coming up very shortly. Later in the year, we've got The Mountain, which is a tremendous series, real breathtaking, moody, powerful stuff, showing Snowdonia at its very best. And then, there will be other shows next year and beyond. We're always looking for those shows that really showcase Wales.
And now I'm joined in the studio by our very own Chris McColgan. Chris, what have you got for us?
Well, thanks as always, Connor. We may be 2 weeks through April already, but by no means are we shy on business events to attend. First, for those looking to utilise digital marketing in their sales funnel, Superfast Business Wales will be hosting an event on the 24th of April in Cymru, which is free to attend. The very next day, the South Wales Chamber of Commerce will be holding a free informal networking event in Cardiff to help bring together the South Wales business community. All details, along with the rest of our event listings, can be found on the events section of Business News Wales.
Thanks, Chris. Well, that's all we have time for this week. Tune in next time for more updates coming from the Welsh business community. And as ever, you can always find more at businessnewswales.com. Till next time.